So well, hello again. I was thinking on that because of that I got the question that is this a good tank? If you would not recognize it, this is the British Sniper tier 10 tank, the alias Deathstar, which is, I would like to show you if it's a good tank or not. I intend to play a couple match with it, and I of course let you decide if it's a good tank or not. If I will be able to, then I'm going to explain a couple things about it, but the most I can do, I guess, is just if I'm going to show you the things. The first thing should be that this tank's cannon fall is just not really too great, so upway on a hill you cannot really shoot on those guys who are just on the other side. If this tank would be an enemy, I would not be able to shoot into it. I would need to go almost get to as close as I can, or of course I would get back to the horizontal surface where I would be able to shoot on it, as you can see. But because of its cannon fall, because of its lack of the cannon fall, it's not really best to approach enemies on a bump. So if you are now aware of these things, it might be great. This tank's aiming is really an interesting thing because it's really slow. If you are just moving the tank itself for some place, you can see that the circle is not really fast. It's not really fast in getting small, and for that it's really hard to hit moving enemies, because if you are just moving it during, moving the reticle during aiming, that's why you're just turning the turret, then it's going to get bigger. In my tank I'm not having this big issue because I'm having the snapshot perk skill, which lets me to move it with less bigger thing, 700, and I shot into it with a premium ammo. I was on to talk about the ammo types, which I think that makes this tank a really good choice of options, because you do have three different, in some way different kind of ammunition to it. And the biggest problem for me with this tank, that the circle is just not really getting smaller, and in this way the tank itself is not really accurate. So in this way it's not really, you really need to wait till it's gonna get the smallest, and then you should start to shoot, because if you are just doing it before, it's really going not to hit the enemy. Even this, it can happen that it's not going to hit, but with the armor piercing ammo, as you can see, it just did a more than 1,000 damage, which is just a great thing, I guess. It pinned 310 armors or such thing, so it's a good thing if you are just using armor penetration ammo. But you almost able to see heavy tanks from front, and I'm telling that of course you can shoot them from side and back as well. Of course it's gonna be easier, but I'm talking about that if it's just turning toward you, then you can penetrate through its armor. But if it's just going to make a little bit of angle to it, I'm not intent to shoot into it, because it just okay, yeah, that's what I was 115 damage. I was not on to waste away my ammo, because the ammunition for this tank is not really too much. You have only 12 shells, and of course you can decide from the three different kind how many you are going to bring with yourself. Oh, I got detected, which is really not a good thing for me, because I do know that I just should not stay, and not to mention that the FVB 213, which is the number for this tank, it really means that if you are going to get detected, the enemy is just really going to stop and trying to move. Oh shit! That's what I was talking about. That it's not really precise. So in this way, it's not really the best, and of course, it's just loading for too long. As you can see, it's just 24, a little bit less than 24 seconds, but basically it reloads for 13 seconds. Let's just try to hope that I'm going to get hit. I mean, I'm going to hit the enemy. I got hit from a place, and I think I'm just not going to be able to repair my track. Of course, I'm not really intend to use out my small repair kit for this purpose, because I can think of that if I'm just my cannon or turret is just going to get hit, then it's gonna be not good for me, because it's really not a too accurate tank, and if I'm just having issues with the cannon, then it will mean that's what I was talking about, because I was hitting it on the wrong place and it was not able to penetrate through. That's why I was using for the first time the premium ammo, because this one on the left, which is just blink in green, I would be able to, I guess, but I still... Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Oh, it just really got down. And I think they are just going to get out, and it's not really the best for me, because they are going to shoot me to pieces. I might be able to shoot into only one, and if I'm not going to pin it, then he's going to kill me. Yeah, he's coming. Okay, I'm not... I was not seeing. And for some reason, he was able to shoot me. Yeah, I was not seeing it. Okay, it can happen. Because of its lack of the cannon fall, I would not be able maybe to shoot on it, but it doesn't matter. They are... okay, I'm just going to tell you it in the next, that as you can see, this tank doesn't really able to turn its turret more than 90 degree. Of course, it means that 45 for each of the sides. I think you never saw a Death Star with a turret pointing back way compared to its hull, so it can be a lack of the things for the tank, but of course it has such thing what with what it can compensate its lack of abilities. So let's just move through. So well, hello back. I think this is going to be a good map to show the lack of the skills of this tank, because among dunes it's really hard to shoot on the enemy, and so for that this tank is such tank where with what you need to thank you very much, that you need to wait for the enemy instead of rushing on them with it, and it contains at least two things why you should do such thing. The first thing, that you cannot really shoot onto the enemy with every kind of position, because as you can see it has hull lock on it, which means that, how I mentioned, it only has the ability to turn its turret in 90 degrees. So in this way, of course, if I would meet somebody there, I would need to turn toward them, and I would like to show it again, because if I would come from this place and I would need to shoot that guy, as you can see the reticle is just really getting small really, and now I would be able to try to hit it, because it's not really an accurate tank. So it took, I think it's around 5 seconds, maybe more, to be able to hit the guy. You can shoot, but it really has a little chance to hit. So if it from the enemy tanks, if you are just meeting one, it's just not going to be great. And not to mention that I told about the cannon fall, which you can see, because most of the time the guys are just getting to the side and I just able to shoot on them, and I'm just not even able to get more down there, which is just fine right now, because I just got to a better place. It would be better on the other side of the dune, because upway it can move its turret much more than downway. So in this way I might be able to shoot better, but of course I just got out from my cover, and in this way if I would want to go back it would take too much time for this tank, and that's not good if you are just playing this game. So I'm not good here, and of course I'm not really intent to stay, but oh yeah, that's what I was talking about. Okay, I might be able to shoot into it if I will be able to hit it, but because of the tank's accuracy's lack, I'm not really able to use it yet. I think I'm going to need to learn how. I should shoot on its hull the downway, but because of this thing is just not really precise and loading for a long time. Okay, I'm going to try it, of course. 2 more seconds, but it's moving and it's not really the greatest. Okay, even for that I was hitting its side, it was fine enough to be able to penetrate it through. I think it's because, yeah, oh yeah, so the best for me would be here against them, and I was not counting that artillery might going to hit in. Yeah, I was lucky that it was not hitting into me. Okay, I'm seeing enemy. I mean, I was seeing shooting from there, but there was nothing, or I was not really hitting it good. I should have shoot into it. The good thing in this tank, its turret's armor is not that weak. It's 254, if I do remember correctly, so it can happen that it just bounce off bullets, but the hull is not really the best for that purpose. So as you can see, I'm just loading for a lot of time, and I really need to wait for the enemy because of its aiming reticle thing, that I'm just moving it with snapshot and it's still getting bigger, which makes it harder, because if I would just shoot like this, it would be get into the tree for anything. How I was mentioning, yeah, I'm just trying to figure out where they are shooting from and where I should shoot into. Let's just wait a bit and let's just try to hit down. Okay, oh yeah, somebody there. Okay, they are moving. Okay, reloading. Yeah, I'm just not even seeing them because the tank's signal range is really low. It's around 500 or 600. It's not really too much compared to other tanks, and for that I'm just not even seeing the enemy. Yeah, right now I still not intend to waste ammo, because for this tank each of the shells, I mean not each, the armor piercing shell, what I was starting to talk about a little bit earlier, costs 2,250 silver, which is just not the the cheapest around. So it might do at least 200 damage to make it even, if I'm correct, but of course it can change and it might be not sure, but for 100 damage I only take the shot if I have to. Let's just compare ammunition, because I was talking about that the armor piercing ammo can really easily bounce off from heavily armored tanks, and for that purpose they just, okay, it would be fine but as you could see, it just really did get away. Let's just use the other kind, which is similar to the premium ammo. It's the high explosive shells, which really penetrates only 100, but it doesn't matter, it damages 1700 around this, or maybe more, if it's going to penetrate. But if it's not going to penetrate, it's gonna damage the enemy anyway. So with the high explosive ammo, you really just need to hit the enemy. Doesn't matter what or where you are just hitting it, it's gonna damage it. The question of the where and what is that how much damage it's gonna deal. So it's really good thing, because no matter what, if I would hit it from front and I would hit only it's the armor, and it would be in that angle that it would mean 700 armor on it, it doesn't matter, it's gonna hit in and it's gonna damage. And the best thing if it's gonna penetrate through, but this high explosive ammo is just for from rear, I guess, but of course from front you can really take out really good tanks. I'm going to show it to you, and this ammo can compared to yeah, it's just starting to move. So this high explosive ammo is really similar to the premium ammo, which deals the same damage, with that difference that the premium ammo can penetrate through 275, which means that it's really can penetrate through armors. And if it's gonna penetrate it through look at this, it just really went away that far, so it's just 600 meters away. You really should not waste your ammo. I was on to show it to you. I was guessing that it's not gonna hit, but of course I was intent to show it to you that it's really not, no matter what you are just doing, you're not gonna hit. It's a really sad thing in this tank, but I was not able to figure out how to make it to be that precise, because if you are just using consumables to it, then it's gonna still not hit what you want from far. So let's just get back to the ammo, because the premium ammo, even for that, it costs 8000 silver per each. It penetrates through a lot of armor, and when it's just really hitting through, then it's gonna count maybe more, maybe less than around 1700 damage. I was able to hit it, but because of that I was talking about that it's just a simple high explosive ammo. It's not the hash, if I just remember correctly how they call the premium ammo to it. It was not penetrating through, and it just did hit its armor, and for that it just did 500 damage only. So let's just change to the premium ammo. Let's just reload it, and let's just try to wait till the enemy is going to come around, because yeah, it looks that it's gonna be fine. I think I talked too much and shot less, but it can be fine. The pity thing that not the artillery itself, but of course, oh dang it, would you go away in front, because I was not able to. So let's just hope that I will be able to go away before the artillery is gonna shoot here again. So I was started to talk about that I was not intent to shoot into the object, because I don't think that he has more oh damn, it looks like that I won't be able to show you, because there is not too many people. But for that I'm just keeping these ammo. So I just changed. Oh yeah, E50. Let's just change back. I was lame that I just did it, because for this purpose I'm not going to be able to stay alive, I guess. If I would have such thing like as you can see, I'm not even able to shoot on it. So yeah, I need to go back a bit, and then let's hope that it's gonna come again, because I changed to the ammo what I'm intent to shoot into it, and if it would come, it would be great, but it looks like that I'm not going to be able to. I mean, if the okay, it just got killed. Oh shit, cool. Okay, I need to. It doesn't matter what he's thinking about its armor. It's even if it's not gonna penetrate through, which happened, I guess. It was not penetrating through even for the premium ammo. It did the damn it. It did the damage. I think I'm gonna get killed, yeah. But it doesn't matter. I think it's gonna be enough for my teammates to kill down. Yeah, it has a lot of armor, I mean health still. So let's hope that he's going to be able to take out the artillery. Oh, that guy just out of ammo. Okay, both of them just out of ammo. So that's why they are not really trying to get it. But with the E50, it will be. It can be enough if it would hit it from front with its armor. So it just should ram into it, and the art is gonna would blow up. But let's just check how it's gonna end. Yeah, at least they are just getting separated from each other, and it can happen that if the art is not going to show up, then they might be able to capture the flag, which means that I won too. And it looks like that we were able to. So it was fine. I think I'm still going to do one more video to it, because I want to talk about yeah, that's at least I'm able to show you that this tank is really cost you a lot of money because of the ammunition and because of the repairs. Of course, it can earn money if you are not really using out your premium ammo. You're not going to get killed. You win. You can earn around 60,000 and maybe 80,000, maybe more, of course, if you are just hitting everybody and such things. So it's an interesting tank. I think how I've just said, I'm gonna do another battle with it. So let me continue it, because I wanted to talk about at least one more thing, but during this I just got aware that most of the time when I saw this British sniper before I got it, I was seeing others that they are not really coming out turning or just pulling them out themselves, and of course I just realized why they are just doing it like this, that they are just getting here and then they are just reversing out and then moving back and forth like this. And it's the opposite how you could get used to it. And the only thing why I just going to mention it, because this kind of shooting needs place. So if you do see such thing like an FBV just doing this, expect on it that it's gonna get it needs space for its move. So it can happen that if you are going to get too close, you are going to hit each other, and it's not the best for him, because even for a little hit it's gonna lose its reticle circle smalling, and it's gonna jump into like this. When you are just moving, it's gonna happen the same. If you are just gonna hit the tank, it's gonna take it as a moving, and the whole aiming procedure just going to flushed down on the toilet. So the thing what I was really on to talk about, that the question was that thing that okay, let me shoot, but yet I was not able to. So let me just change ammo, at least for one round, to hit it and make it, I mean, take away its mood from attack. But because of the question that is it a good tank, I'm really want to count in one more thing beside just itself, because in this question I just cannot forget how I got to this tank, and that's really an interesting thing, because if you are just asking about that, if it's a good tank or not, I would be able to tell you that yeah, it's a really good tank. If you are just learning to use it, then it's really can kill almost everybody, and you really can push back a lot of enemy, because it not even once happened that I was able to stop the enemy, even for that they were really I was outnumbered by the enemy, and even for that I was able to stop a lot of them. And so for that I would say that it's a good tank, but I'm just still holding the question up, putting the question up, that how you are getting to this tank. And I'm just talking about the true tiers things, which is just really means that from tier 1, if you are just starting to do it, I think it would take weeks or months to get this tank. And the way to it was really a struggle for me, and in this way I think I would not do it again, because I did hate that part of the game when I had to use the AT British sniper thing, that I just cannot forget it. I do like this tank really much, and I do think that it works if you are just having it, but you really need to think it over if you are just struggling or not. If you can enjoy the AT British sniper line during its struggling, then it's gonna be your tank, I guess. But I was hating it that much that I just cannot forget it. And so for that, when somebody asks me about that if it's a good tank, I just cannot forget it, and I really need to think it over and over again and again, that damn, it's really a good tank, but that again I would not do it. It's sure, really, it's really sure that I would not do such. Oh, it was interesting because I just did track it, and he was able to shoot me through. What is not the surprise for me. The surprise was that I was not doing any damage on it, because I was using the... Yeah, I'm just started to think that can it happen that I was not even hitting the guy, I just hit next to it, and then the explosion just took down its track, but I was not seeing it correctly. It's a pity, but I was not really sad about it, because I do know that if I'm just talking about anything, then I'm just not really concentrating on the game, and I do think this is really a good game with what needs concentrating on it, because it's really complex, and if you want to be a good tanker, you really need to focus on the enemy, concentrate on what you are doing, and not just laming around and talking shit. So I was on to show you this tank, and I hope that I was able to succeed in this purpose. If you do have any more question, of course you can put it up for me, you can expect on answers. I think I like this tank. I think in some way I like it the most, because it really has the ability to turn over or turn the battle back, and not to mention that it's psychological warfare thing. When the enemy just sees this tank, then most of them, they are just instantly retreating back to any cover what they can find, which is just really funny. And if you are just really hitting good numbers, then you are going to start to like it. It's not the fastest tank, but I think it's fast enough to get to the place where you want to be. I think I like this, but I'm really was intent to let you decide instead of myself, and so for that I was intent to show you how this tank works. I hope I was able to, how I mentioned, and it looks like I don't really have anything else to say about this right now, so I think I'm just going to leave it. But yeah, at least you will be able to see that how many money I lost or won because of that. I was not really penetrating through enemy. I lost my tank, and let's just check out what it's going to earn for me. I'm bet on that if you are just going to learn how it's working, this precious sensible tank, then you will be able to surpass me, and I would be really happy if I would see other British snipers on my side fighting against the enemy. So I think that was it for this video. Of course, you can count on more. Don't forget to subscribe and let me know what you are thinking about these things. If you do have any kind of question, please put it up, let me answer to you. And it looks like I was lucky this time. Yeah, I got money.